Let me say something right off the bat that's probably going to make a lot of you, well, pretty uncomfortable. You likely switched to Linux because you wanted privacy, right? Maybe Windows was quietly phoning home with your data and you just finally had enough. You made the switch, you wiped your drive, and you felt that massive relief of taking back control from big tech. But here is the hard truth that nobody tells you.
Because the reality is, right now, on the very Linux machine you believe is protecting you, your data is probably leaking, just quietly slipping out. It's happening through default settings you never even touched, services you didn't know existed, and channels you never once thought to check. And the most unsettling part? The overwhelming majority of folks who switch to Linux specifically for privacy have absolutely no idea this is going on. They just assume the job was done the second the installation finished. It isn't done, not even close. But today, we're going to actually finish it.
Okay, let's start with the one that usually shocks people the most, the Ubuntu telemetry trap.
Ubuntu is massively popular. It's the distro millions of people install specifically to escape data collection. Yet, it ships with telemetry built right in. Now, it's not as aggressive as Microsoft's, sure, but it is very real. You've got 4 separate tools handling this. Ubuntu Report is grabbing your hardware metrics, Popularity Contest logs your software, apt port packages up system crashes, and whoopsie, ships them off over the network. Canonical says this is just for aggregate data, but the real issue is the defaults. During setup, so many people just click next, 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 right past the prompt without deliberately agreeing to any of this. You switch to Linux for control, and control means you make the decision, not the defaults.
So let's dive in and actually fix this. The solution is super empowering and immediate. Open up your terminal and run this exact command: sudo apt purge ubuntu report popularity contest apport whoopsie. Boom. That single command rips out all 4 data collection tools in one shot and totally silences the system. Oh, and if you're running a version with snap packages, keep in mind that snap talks to Canonical on every single update check. You can purge snapd as well if you want total silence. You have to deliberately make Ubuntu silent, and now you've got the tools to do it.
All right, but that was really just the surface layer. Let's move on to something far more dangerous and completely invisible: stopping deadly DNS leaks. To really understand this leak, we quickly need to understand DNS. The domain name system is absolutely essential. Every single time you type in a website address or an app makes a background request, your computer sends out a DNS query to translate that human-readable address into a numerical IP address. This is happening constantly, behind the scenes, all day long.
By default, Ubuntu uses a system service called systemd resolved to handle these queries. And here is the genuinely shocking default behavior. On most systems, this service sends your DNS queries in plain text over the network, straight to servers provided by your internet service provider. Plain text. They can't see the specific content of the pages you visit, but they see every single destination: your healthcare portals, your banks, your daily news. That alone is more than enough to build a highly detailed behavioral profile of exactly who you are.
Now, the crucial point here is, what if you use a VPN? This is where the really dangerous illusion comes in. Most privacy-conscious Linux users spin up a VPN, see that little connected icon, and assume their traffic is completely shielded. But actually, systemd resolved in its default configuration can, and often does, completely bypass that VPN tunnel. It silently routes your DNS queries directly out through your regular, unencrypted internet connection, so your IP looks different to the website, but your actual browsing behavior is totally visible to your ISP the entire time.
Fixing this requires a 2-part solution. First up, you have to encrypt your DNS queries. You need to edit your resolve.config file and configure an encrypted provider like Cloudflare at 1.1.1.1 or Quad9 at 9.9.9.9 using DNS over TLS. That encrypts your queries end-to-end. Second, and this is non-negotiable if you use a VPN, you absolutely must build an impenetrable firewall kill switch.
Without a kill switch, the millisecond your VPN drops because of some random network glitch, your real IP and your unencrypted requests are completely exposed. Here's the precise terminal sequence using UFW to build that wall. You reset the firewall, deny all default incoming and outgoing connections, and then explicitly allow traffic only out through your VPN tunnel, which is typically your Tune 0 interface. Once you enable this, if your VPN disconnects, your internet simply dies. No silent fallback to your real IP. No exposure, period.
Moving right along, we're going to look at the most counterintuitive revelation of this entire explainer: the browser fingerprinting paradox.
It is the ultimate irony for privacy seekers, isn't it? You install a custom operating system to hide from big tech, but that exact customization makes you stick out like a sore thumb. The reality is the exact opposite of what most people assume. Millions of standard Windows users are running the exact same default setups, which makes them blend into a massive crowd. But a custom Linux user? You have a unique combination of distribution, desktop environment, kernel version, and hardware. Your customized setup actually creates a highly distinct footprint, making you a massive, isolated target.
And this footprint is exploited through something called browser fingerprinting. This is an insanely aggressive tracking technique that doesn't even need cookies or logins or any prior interaction. In the first few milliseconds you connect to a website, a script passively extracts your exact OS version, your screen resolution, your installed fonts, and even how your GPU renders graphics through WebGL. It generates a statistical profile of your machine on the fly. Deleting cookies or using incognito mode, that does absolutely nothing to stop this.
Defending against this means deliberately hardening your browser, and Firefox is easily your most effective option here. By typing about.config into your URL bar, you can apply these exact flags. Setting privacy.resist fingerprinting to true actually forces Firefox to spoof generic values to trackers instead of your real system data. Disabling WebGL cuts off GPU tracking entirely. Setting media.peerconnection.enabled to false is a big one. It stops WebRTC from leaking your real local IP address, which can happen even if your VPN is running flawlessly. And of course, ensure you flip toolkit.telemetry.enabled to false. Your default browser isn't protecting you out of the box. You have to build that protection in.
All right, let's shift our focus locally to see how this vulnerability extends into our own network environment with silencing background broadcasters.
Look, every single network adapter on your machine has a permanently assigned MAC address. Every coffee shop, hotel, and airport router logs that exact address the second you connect. To prevent physical tracking of your device as you move around the world, you must enable MAC address randomization in your network manager settings. This simple switch ensures your hardware stops broadcasting its real, permanent identity to every single public network you join.
But you also have unseen services actively screaming your machine's identity into the void. Run a systemctl list units-type service audit and just see what is actually running on your machine. Take cups, for example, a common Unix printing system. It's sitting active right now on millions of machines that will never connect to a printer. In late 2024, a critical vulnerability in cups showed that just one unauthenticated HTTP request could allow remote code execution. If you don't use a printer, kill it. Turn off Bluetooth if you aren't using it so it stops broadcasting your physical presence. Disable Avahi, which literally announces your machine details to your entire local network. Less running code simply equals fewer vulnerabilities.
Okay, we are reaching the final layer of physical security now. It's time for taking back real control.
I want you to run the command ls-spleekff in your terminal and check your partitions. You are looking specifically for the label crypto_lukes. If your disk is not encrypted, any password you have set is completely meaningless. Someone can just physically remove the drive from your stolen laptop, plug it into another computer, and read every single file without entering a single credential. If you don't have Luke's encryption enabled, you need to back up your data, do a fresh install, and enable full disk encryption from day one.
And that brings us to the core philosophy of this whole explainer. The absolute biggest mistake you can make is treating privacy like a destination you've already arrived at just because you left Windows behind. Privacy on Linux is not a magical default state. It's not something you install once, dust off your hands, and walk away from. It's a set of deliberate, ongoing choices that you have to build on top of the foundation the operating system gives you. But hey, don't get discouraged, because this is exactly why your choice to switch to Linux was still 100% the right one. A commercial OS flat out denies you the access to stop the tracking. They actively hide the controls. But Linux provides total transparency. It gives you the raw access and the exact tools needed to achieve true privacy, just like we've demonstrated today. Absolutely no other mainstream operating system offers that level of control over your own machine. But remember, a tool you never use protects absolutely nothing. You made the right call switching to Linux, but that was just step one. So I'll leave you with this question. Are you ready to actually finish the job? Go through this checklist, run the commands, make your system truly silent, because your privacy is worth protecting. And now you know exactly how to do it.